Hey guys, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's after show of Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. I'm here to break down this whole episode for you guys and give you a little bit of feedback. Stick with us.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Okay, guys. Whoa. Okay, what is this piece of hair doing? If you guys can see me, what the heck? So I'm your host, Mackenzie Fain. I have a little guest today, a little teeny weeny guest. Little Mama Lee in the building. So this episode was jam-packed with a ton of stuff. We're gonna talk all about, Tiesa's relationship with her mom, and Kayla telling her mom that she's pregnant again with another baby. So we start out with Kaya, who we all know is pregnant, and dating. The baby daddy is in jail, and she's dating her girlfriend Tiesa. Now Tiesa is, I don't know if it's Tiesia or Tiesa, but like literally they say different ways. Different people say it different ways, so it's really weird. But so Tiesa doesn't have any relationship with her mother. She blocked her mom. They don't talk. They have a really bad relationship, and they talk about it a lot. Now, a lot of the reason is, and we find out, is because she's not happy that she's with a woman, with a girl. And I think more important than that is her girlfriend's pregnant with obviously a guy's baby. And she just feels like she doesn't want her to get attached to this baby. And, then maybe something happens and she goes back with the dad, which she won't, was a one-night stand. But, and then her just be ripped apart from this baby. And she's young, like she's in high school.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know you haven't seen, but it's a lot of drama and like a lot going on. One thing I will say is like Tiesa's mom is a super good mediator between the two. And she kind of tells us in this episode that she wasn't really happy about their relationship when they were together, really happy when they broke up. And then when they got back together, she wasn't really happy, but she likes her now because they got to know her, she lives with her, and they do have a good relationship, the three of them. They all live together. So it's pretty good. I just do feel really bad that she has no relationship with her mom. So she calls her brother and, she kind of just talks about how there's always fighting in the house, and there's none where she's living now with Kaya and Kaya's mom and, Kaya being pregnant. Like there's none of that screaming and yelling and, hostility and everything. And the brother like totally understands. And, it's just sad. But so we do get a little glimpse into Tiesa's mom's life, who she is the brother, and then also like a young daughter as well. She just doesn't think that she should be with Kaya, and it's just a whole whirlwind. So I know, coming from someone that's on the outside of this whole thing, she does say at one point, the mom says, I shouldn't judge her on who she loves. Love is love. And that's so difficult. But what if you had a kid that was dating somebody that was pregnant with another? Like, what would you think of that?
So I probably wouldn't be really happy.
Yay!
That probably wouldn't be, wouldn't be my first choice or anything. But you can't just let your kid go because of that. You can have a relationship with your kid and not, on your daughter, and not the daughter's girlfriend, but I don't know. I think it's not a good idea to just distance yourself. So you said that Tiesia is the one blocking her mom, though.
Yeah, I don't really know. There's not like super specifics on that, but it just seems like they're literally not talking at all. I don't know. I think they're both blocking each other or something.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But, it's really, really cute. Tiesia just talks to like her cousin, I think it is, at one point, and she's just saying, the relationship with my mom sucks and everything, but I'm so happy. And we don't see that a lot. And in any of these Teen Mom franchise, when there's a lot of drama going on with the families, a lot of the time there's drama going on in the relationship too. I mean, we see that with Ashley and Barr. That has been the case. And with these two, that is so the case. Or not the case at all. They're really happy and they don't really. And even when they did fight in the first couple episodes, they talked it out. And it's so crazy to see because Tia's is a senior in high school. And they're super young. Young and pregnant. Here we go. But yeah, so that's that. I mean, I hope we can see this relationship, rekindle at some point. Maybe the distance is what they need. I don't know, but it's really heartbreaking that there's no relationship with the mom. But the brother seems to be like some mediator. Were you going to say something?
Well, if it's a toxic relationship, that you know what I mean? If they're not getting along, if there's always fighting, then I think Tia's doing a good job with removing herself from that.
Yeah.
You have to at some point.
That's so true. So Kayla has her son Isaiah with Stefan, who is not a part of the picture at all. And at one point, we see Stefan in this episode calling his mom on FaceTime, and she asks about Isaiah, and he's like, yeah, I haven't really seen him in a month. To be honest, I don't call Kayla. And we've heard him talk all about how he's not going to jump. He literally said, I will not jump through 10 hoops to see my kid for 20 minutes to his friend. And his friend was like, those 20 minutes are going to be what counts to him. What do you, even his friends don't understand what he's doing. But, so she is pregnant with Luke, her new boyfriend. They haven't been dating long, but they live together. He's in college, plays basketball, going to be going to another bigger school, big thing. But he's really sweet. And she even brings up her concerns about their relationship to him in this episode. And I do want to point out one thing. She just says, and she's been hurt in the past with Stefan and everything. And she's just like, I want to know how you're feeling about this baby. I don't want you to, just be together because of the baby and everything. And he's just like, wait a second, I love you. I love Isaiah. I love this baby. I want to make this work. I want this. So I know you've been hurt, but, so it was really nice to see that. She goes to her. So he hasn't been to any of these ultrasound appointments yet. The first one he slept through, because it was his 21st birthday the night before. So I kind of get that. Mm-hmm. This one he has class, so he can't go to, but she said she was fine about it because she didn't hear the heartbeat. There really was nothing going on. Not that there was no heartbeat. They just didn't hear it. So it was fine. But at one point in the episode, Luke refers to the baby on the ultrasound picture as a he. And we know it's a girl. They already had it. So I was like, that's funny. Just a stupid little thing. So she goes to tell her mother that she's pregnant, who had been a huge part of her life when she was pregnant and, living with Isaiah the whole first year and a half of his life. And he's only a year and a half pretty much. So she goes and she's like, Mom, did you know that if you throw up within 2 hours after taking your birth control? And she goes, you're pregnant? Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah. Which, this is what I said last week. That's how she got pregnant. She threw up her birth control and she didn't know. So I'm like, because this is how she told Luke. She said, remember when we were sick, we were all sick and we were all throwing up. And I'm like, who has sex when you're all throwing up all week?
Exactly. No. Oh, yeah.
I don't get that. It was really weird. I mean, is she saying she got sick? What? I don't know. Well, anyway, the sperm reached the egg, so it happened regardless. But I mean, that's the excuse. I don't really buy it. I don't know though. Anyway, so her mom was pretty fine about it. I think she's to the point where she's what am I going to do? It's not the first one where it's really don't know what we're going to do. Oh my God. This 16-year-old or however old she was young. Now it's okay, we've done this. We kind of got to just do it again, I guess. No?
I think, one is a big shock, but then you think to yourself, well, one baby, you know, not being married, being this young, you can still do a lot.
Oh, that you're
Now
yeah.
you have 2 kids. That would be my thought. You know, now you really have a lot of baggage that you have to, you know, deal with for the rest of your life.
That's true.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not how the mom thought. They're like, "Oh, this is old hat."
Yeah, I mean, she was fine. She wasn't fine, but she was fine. I don't know. It wasn't like a cute, like, she was really nervous. Like, she's 10 weeks, which I don't think is too far along to tell people, but she was like, yeah, I'm 10 weeks. Like, I haven't been wanting to tell you this whole time. Yeah, so that was like a big thing about this episode is her telling, and I'm glad she did, and I'm glad, you know, it went over well. We move on to Rachel now. This is so freaking crazy. Okay, Rachel is induced in this episode. She's pregnant with her first baby. Now, she doesn't know who the dad is. It's either Drew or his best friend, Jacob, who she's dating Jacob right now. So in the beginning, right before they're about to go to the hospital, really, or the night before, there's all this talk about Drew being involved in the delivery room, and she's just super adamant no, because they think it's Drew's. She's pretty sure it's Drew's, but it could be Jacob's, but they're best friends. It's really weird. But Jacob's like,
are they still best friends?
Well, Jacob texts Drew and like tells him like the updates, and he's like, you know, I texted Drew, I think he should be here. And she's like, no, I don't want him in the room. He told me she was a bastard. He told me that he wants nothing to do with this, with her, nothing. Like, why would I tell him? And he's like, well, I don't want to watch her be born if he's not going to watch her either.
Wow.
Really bizarre. And then there's this really big like screaming match between the sister and the mom and Rachel, and Jacob just sits there, and then like the grandmother, but like the sister gets up in the mom's face and is like blah 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 blah, like so pissed. And I don't know, the mom is just like, this is childish, like, you know, he has a right to be there. And that's exactly what Jacob's saying the whole time. And she's just crying. She's like, the only person that I want in there is you, Jacob, and you don't want to be in there now. And he's like, well, I don't want to be there if, you know, Drew can't. The 2 potential baby daddies should be able to watch this potential daughter be born. Potential daughter.
Just film it. He can see it later when she's more comfortable.
True. So at the hospital, what's his name? Jacob does show up for a little while. And the sister's talking to him outside, and he's just like, do you love Rachel? And his response was, I mean, I have feelings for her, but I just don't trust the female race. I was like, oh my God.
I can't blame him.
No. But so Jacob leaves, and she has the baby, and her name is Hazley Ray. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, her birthing experience looked so awful that I like never want to have a child because it looked so bad. She was shaking. Her epidural did not work. She felt like everything. Her mom was like, hold my hand. She's like, no, don't touch me. It was bad. I was like, oh my God. But also like so like she's texting, probably Jacob, from the bed as like this is all going on pretty much. They're like, push. She's like, like text it. It was really hard to watch. But yep, so Hazley Ray Beaver was born.
Oh, Beaver.
I mean, my last name is Frank. I really don't think that it gets worse than that.
Beaver
gets worse than that. Yeah, I guess it does.
But then the first name and the second name is cute. I like that.
Hazley Ray, cute.
Yeah.
So, in this episode, Bar and Ashley take an alone trip to LA. They live in California, so it's like a 5-hour drive to LA, and they do it without Holly, their daughter, and you know, they just really don't have any time to spend together. They don't live together anymore after their domestic dispute kind of thing going on. But they seem to be on a really good track after her christening that we saw last week, Holly's christening. They don't see each other much at all. Like I said, they don't live together, but she's been going to school and like busting her butt at school. And, so he wanted to go on this trip with her, and it's been like a huge thing that he's wanted to do. So, before they leave, Ashley's talking to her parents about Bar and this trip and asking if they can keep Holly, and it's fine. She can. But they're asking, like, do you know more about Bar? Like, what's he doing? Like, because the reason going on this trip is because, they don't get to see each other. So it's like, what is going on with him? Like, what is going on? And she's like, she doesn't want to know anything about his life. She's like, I'm done trying to push him, because he's a very lazy guy. You can tell, like, he really doesn't have anything going on. And she's really trying to get her life in check. She's like, I have so much going on now. I didn't before. So I was always checking up on him and pushing him. She's like, I'm done. I'm pushing myself now, which is so great. And it just really shows me that they shouldn't be together at all. But they do go on this trip, and it looks so fun. They go karting and they eat tacos, and they really do have good fun chemistry and stuff. So it's really nice. But on the way, she tells him that she has like 2 homework assignments that she has to do. And he's like, why? I told you had to do them. She's like, well, how could I do them if I just got them? Like, he just has no concept of responsibility or like, this is important. This is not her being like, yo, I got to put on my eyelashes when we get there. No, this is like, how can you fight that? That is the weirdest thing.
Because he doesn't see it, and it's not important to him, and it's really important to her. So she's doing the right thing. I hope she doesn't let him stop her.
I don't think she will. It does not seem like that way at all. I mean, she was just like, and he let it go. I mean, it wasn't like a big blowout or anything, or like a real fight, but he did say a couple like comments like, you should have did this. Like, why do you have to do this? It's like, that's it. She has to do it.
Yeah.
You want to help me with it? Sure. We move on to Brianna, who her old high school best friend could possibly be Brayson's dad, her son's dad, who is non-existent. So she doesn't know who it is. It could be like 2 of these people. And he reached out to her on Facebook that we saw last episode. And now she was really nervous about continuing with it. I don't really understand this. She doesn't really care too much to find a dad for this kid. It's the weirdest thing. But she does call him because she feels like it was right, like, to do. And he has a serious girlfriend now, and a child with her. And, he's just really like, if he's mine, he looks like me. And we, had sex around that time. And it could be like, I just want to know. Like, I want to know. And she was like, okay, like, I'll get the paternity test. But like, if you are, what do you want it to look like? And he's like, well, that's why I want to get the paternity test, so I can, she's like, do you want to be, and he's like, yeah, I want to be in his life if I'm his father. Like,
she probably doesn't want that.
No, and that's what she said later on. She was like, I don't know how I'm going to move aside for somebody else to come in.
I get it.
Yeah. But yeah, so she does the paternity test on Brayson, like, in the bathroom. I don't know. I thought you like went to a place and did this, but
no, you could just do a swab.
Yeah, that's what she did. To him at home, and oh my God, they leave you on the worst cliffhanger ever. She gets on the phone with the guy, and she's just like, I got the results, and blah.
Oh.
I know. So I hope this guy is it. And she did say, does your girlfriend know about the situation? He said, yeah, she's the one who actually like wanted me to do it. So, I mean, kudos to this guy and his girlfriend.
Absolutely.
She's either pregnant or they have a baby or something together. But, I mean, that's just such a great thing, because this poor little boy, like, needs to know who his dad is. Like, regardless, like, if he doesn't want to be in life, at least know who it is. All right, so quick golden star moment for me this episode was Jacob for standing up to Rachel and saying, it was childish to not let Drew in to see the baby being born. But I kind of want to change that and make it to this guy that is could be Brayson's dad, and like seeking her out on Facebook and, really wanting to step up because that was just so cool. But yeah, other than that, there really was like no news and gossip on these people. They're not much going on in the Teen Mom Young and Pregnant world right now. But on the next episode, Kayla talks about giving Stefan an ultimatum. So we'll see about that. Rachel refuses to get a paternity test to find out if Drew or Jacob is the father of her daughter. Refuses.
Oh my God.
Because I think that she knows that it's Drew's and she wants it to be Jacob's. But I don't know, it could be either. So Kaya doesn't want to talk to Tieja's mom. She says she's done with her, doesn't want anything to do with her. Ashley tells Bar that he doesn't get to call her his fiance if he isn't going to put in any work. And Brianna gets the results back from the paternity test. So I am like dying. I'm itching to find out who is the baby's daddy. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Join us next week. I can't wait to discuss who Brayson's dad is, if we can find out. Thank you guys so much. Have a great week.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.